My children were able to receive technology assistance to do their learning. Carrie already has an iPad because she uses the AAC technology device for her learning. So that's a great thing. So I hope you all are utilizing the resources that are available to you. There are a plethora of resources available. If you do not know, go to Google and just look up homeschooling resources and look specifically to the area where you live. Look locally, okay? There are tools online to help you out. All right? Basically, we are all in this together. We need to look out for each other, and we are stronger together. I also want to encourage you to stay safe. I want to encourage you to wear your mask and wear your gloves if you have them. I haven't been able to find any gloves, okay? If you find gloves, you're lucky. I have to wash my hands when I come home because I haven't been able to find any gloves. They're sold out everywhere. So I have actually been washing my hands, but I do go out with my mask, okay? Make sure you wear your mask. If your children go out, they say over, I believe it's over 6 years old, they should have a mask on. Don't quote me. You may have to Google that to make sure that I'm giving you the right information. But I want you all to stay safe, stay protected, and practice social distancing as well. Make sure you're 6 foot away from the person next to you, and only go out if necessary. Some of us, healthcare, first responders, those of us that are in those fields, we don't have a choice. We actually do have to go out no matter what. So I encourage you all to stay safe and stay healthy and take care of your families. So we're going to get into our top 5, my top 5 quarantine homeschooling tips. You all know I am an autism mom. My Carrie, the Autism Avenger, she was diagnosed with nonverbal autism at the age of 2. And she also receives, in addition to the homeschooling instruction, she also has therapies that mommy is doing with daddy. And the therapist is just online instructing us on what to do. So we're doing a lot here. I also have my other children. My 2 that are in elementary school, they do their schoolwork as well online. Thank God they're able to do most of their stuff together and do not need much of mom's help. So my top number 1 on my list is for you to create a workspace, a practical workspace for your children, okay? If you live in a city, you live in a rural area, depending on your type of living space, home, apartment, you have a different arrangement. So you cannot do what everyone else does. I encourage you to find something that is practical to your living situation to make the children comfortable. You may have to have a portable working area in the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, the children's bedroom, wherever you can find a cozy corner to set up their work materials, their devices, and they can get the work done. I encourage you to do that. We just want the children to be comfortable. That's all we want. We want them to be comfortable. That is what we encourage. So I want to move on to my next tip. Number 2 is going to be for you all to be flexible. It's very important to be flexible in this homeschooling with quarantine. Guys, we have been struggling to manage the personalities and the schoolwork. If you're working from home remotely, how are you supposed to manage working remotely and then get your kids' work done? I don't know how, but you got to do the best you can. I would say you can create a schedule the best you can. Put it on your fridge, put it on your whiteboard, whatever you have. But let me tell you, life happens. That schedule is fine, but it may not work out. Okay? It may not work out. You really don't know what's going to happen from day to day. You may be tired. You may not have the energy. So I encourage you to be flexible with your lessons, with your meal plans, playtime. Just be flexible, but just make sure the work gets done. You can find out from the teachers if the work has to be done that day, or if something happens, maybe you can have an agreement where it's done by the end of the week. We have to do what works for us. I do not want you all to be under so much pressure when we're dealing with, unfortunately, many of us have lost loved ones during this crisis. Many of us are battling with this COVID-19 virus at this time. And we really have to juggle that on top of the other demands that life hands us, which are the homeschooling, the working, etc. So be flexible. Don't be so hard on yourself if you can't get everything done. All right? But do the best you can. Number 3 tip is to take a break when needed. You can sit down with your children and you can start the lesson. You do your math, you do the reading, you do the additional science history lesson. And the kids, they may just get tired. Their brain may just need an outlet. They may need a 10-minute break, a 15-minute break. It is okay to not just keep going. The same way for us adults, they need a break too. It's okay to let them just take a walk right outside, very close to the door, guys. But a quick walk outside, a quick walk around the house, have a quick snack, a quick drink. It's okay to take a break. Breathe in, breathe out, and you guys can get back to it and get the work done. But don't just feel that the kids have to be pushed to do every last assignment. It's okay to take a break. All right? My number 4 tip for you all with the homeschooling is going to be definitely to check in with your children's teachers. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Pauline. Hi, Valerie. Toya, how are you? I see Diva Twin. How you doing? Thank you for joining, everyone. I see Rosemary. I'm happy to see you. Thank you for joining me. Anyone that hasn't been able to join this evening, I will be loading the video up later. Also, I want to encourage you that are watching, if you have any questions for me, I'm only on for a limited time because life is happening right here behind me. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me or even comment below if you want to know how I juggle the quarantine homeschooling, remote work, whatever it may be, just how I get it done. And also with Carrington, she has the special needs. We also have to do the therapy, which is 3 times a week, each therapy. 3 therapies, 3 times a week, okay? So my number 4 tip, back to that, is to check in with your children's teachers. You want to know that the work is getting done and it's getting done right. If you have older children, there is a chance that the work that they're doing you're not familiar with. It may be different than what you did when you were in school. So I want to encourage you to reach out to your children's teachers, find out how the children are doing. If you need help, ask them for assistance. They are here to help us. They may be home. They may not be working in the classroom, but they are here for us to, pick their brains, give us tips. If you need them to do the lesson with the child, maybe a specific math problem, language problem, they are willing to help. If they're not willing to help, you know what you have to do. You have to take it to a higher power, the principal, the district, and complain. But I encourage you to not be afraid if you're struggling with your children's academic, to reach out to their teachers. I know my children, their teachers reach out to me through different apps. For Carrie, her teacher emails daily. She emails a spreadsheet of work for Carrington to do, even though it's the simplest of YouTube videos, different books that they want me to read to her daily. She still reaches out to me every day. They use, in my children's elementary school, they use Dojo. You may be familiar with the Dojo app, D-O-J-O. That's a tool that your teachers use to reach out to us and just gauge our children's progress. And for the older children, I believe they have Class Tag, T-A-G, Class Tag. That's another app that they reach out to us. It's just like a messenger. And I know my daughter in high school, they use Pupil Path. So there's several different apps that the teachers have that we can engage and ask questions, because we are educators to our children as well as the teachers. We cannot just leave it up to them, especially in these times. And being that we're so busy and we have so much on our mind, I really want to encourage you to bring the teacher into the home and use them for what they're there for. Ask them for help if you need it. Do not be afraid, okay? My number 5 tip is to practice self-care, y'all, okay? Self-care is number 5, but is my top choice of tip, all right? It's my top choice of a tip. Children need self-care, parents need self-care, adults need self-care. It is very important for the mental, for everyone to be grounded, to be relaxed as much as you can. No one is perfect, and we really can't control what's going on right now. We have no control over it. But you have to take the short time during the day that you can. I don't care if it's 10 minutes. I don't care if it's 15 minutes. Take some time to breathe in and breathe out and exhale. And this is what you show your children. I don't breathe as much as I should, guys. You see me laughing here because I'm like, Tawana, you don't be doing your own self-care. I be neglecting myself, guys. I neglect myself a lot. But for me to tell you is also me telling myself. I'm encouraging myself, and also with my children. You know, I'm losing my patience because we're all, you know, together 24/7, and it's a lot, you know. Whether you have one child, whether you have 6 like me, thank God only 4 live at home, only 4. But that's enough, okay? You can lose it. You can really feel like, you know, the walls are closing in, and I want you to just take some time for yourself. Take a hot bath, have a nice cup of coffee, tea, water with lemon, whatever it is, a glass of wine for the adults, not for the kids. Whatever it is that you prefer, watch a good movie, watch one of your favorite shows. The little time that you have, take care of yourself. We're not promised tomorrow, and being quarantined is a lot. It's taking a toll on many people that really don't have someone to talk to, and I want to encourage you to look inside yourself and just find that connection to God, you know, higher power. Look inside yourself and just relax and just know that we're going to get through this, and take it one day at a time. That's all that you really can do, okay? So if you all have any questions, feel free to message them to me later. I'm planning on doing this series weekly, so I will be back with you next week. Now, next week is going to be focused on teletherapy. Now, those of you know you don't have to be special needs. My Carrie receives teletherapy services for occupational therapy. She receives teletherapy services for physical therapy, as well as speech therapy. Each one requires something different from the child, the therapist, and the parent. Because when you talk of physical therapy, I'm the physical therapist now. I have to get on the floor with my daughter and do the work. And the occupational therapy is similar. Speech is also difficult. So I'm going to be discussing that next week. So tune in for that as well, okay? I have another series where I'm going to bring in my children. They are autism siblings, and they will be discussing what it is like to be the sibling of a child diagnosed with autism. They can talk about the pros, the cons, which we really don't feel that there are cons because Carrie is a blessing to us. She's a sweetheart, she's affectionate, but you know, when you're a child, you can sometimes feel that you have to be an adult, because my children have to take on the responsibility of making sure Carrie is okay. So we will be discussing the autism siblings, all right? I have a few other topics we will be discussing. This is Autism Awareness Month. It is actually about to end. But like I say on Carrie's page on IG, if you haven't followed her, please follow her. Carrie, Karrie, the Autism Avenger. Carrie, the Autism Avenger, one word. On Instagram. So Instagram.com/Carrie, the Autism Avenger. She could use all the followers because we are trying to raise awareness every day. Not just 1 month, not just one day. We are raising awareness every day. I'm very new to the autism world. I'm very new to the special needs community, but I am not new to being a caregiver. That is not new to me. I'm not new to being an educator. So I do the best I can. I'm not an expert, but I'm learning as I go, and as I go, I'm going to share with you. I also will be doing in the weeks to come a special on IEP meetings, specifically for children that are 4 years old turning 5, and they may have been going to special needs preschools, private or public, but now in New York City, they will be immersed into the district public school system or District 75, which is specifically for special education. And when I tell you guys, I have been going through it with my Carrie, the evaluations, the observations. I'm really not the happiest about what's going on because I don't have the most information. As I'm getting the information, I will be sharing it with you all so that when it's your turn or you know someone, because it does not have to be you that are an autism parent, you may have someone in your family or have a friend, but when it is your turn to share this information, you will be empowered with the information because knowledge is power. And unfortunately, a lot of us do not have the information we need when we go into these meetings to defend our children and to fight for their rights. So those are some series coming up. I will be posting them on the pages on Facebook as well as IG. If you see me bobbing my head back and forth, that's because I'm actually filming on Instagram and on Facebook because I wanted to get more bang for my buck. And, I just appreciate you guys tuning in. And I hope you have a great rest of the week because we're just getting started. So take a breath. It's Monday. We're going to get through it. It's going to be the weekend soon. And I'm going to be popping my drink or whatever it is. And I'm going to relax. And you guys going to relax as well. But let's get through this week because we got work to do. And let's do it right. Okay? I wish you all the best. I wish you blessings. I wish you health. And I just want you to remain calm and stay safe. Okay? Have a good night, all, and thank you for joining. Goodbye, all.
Bye.